guys are gonna lose the race at that pace.
So mean. What's the matter?
What?
No, that is so mean. Please don't do that to people.
No, it's motivation.
No, it's not.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Just think about it.
Okay, what should I say instead?
Keep going. Stay strong. I believe in you.
Okay.
Again, not here to fight with you.
Okay, sorry.
I believe in you.
Thank you.
If you are running.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That girl used that as an excuse to stop running. She was looking for an excuse to be offended.
I'm sorry, but imagine having a neck beard and being concerned about women's body. I think you should be concerned about your looks. This is crazy.
Oh my God. What happened to him?
I guess Buddy is going straight to special forces. Straight to the front lines you go, Buddy.
Want me to be real? Bruno Mars canceling his shows in Ukraine and Israel really shows how much he would not catch a grenade for you.
Anybody else noticing how the mention of war is causing gender ideology and feminism to just like basically evaporate? I saw a guy talking about how he's paying close attention to this war because he's wondering if people are going to start getting drafted and men have to be worried about that, you know, and women in the comments, like feminists are like, God forbid men have to do their duty. Now it's not toxic masculinity. When it comes to dying on a battlefield, we're all good with that. But any other time, it's this toxic masculinity. Like, now it's God has a design. We are all created differently. Women can't do what men can do. Yeah, I guess when it's going to cost you your life, your ideologies change real quick.
To all you feminists, any woman who posted, "Man and woman are equal," they should be the first ones to get drafted just to prove their point. You see, feminism always leaves the chat every time war enters. The dynamic changes to always suit their desires and needs, and that's exactly how Satan operates. Feminism is just another saying for we want special privileges without the responsibilities. And you feminists better thank God because we're not going to war. We just signed a peace treaty.
We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
Everybody except Anza said women shouldn't be drafted, but y'all want to be equal? So wait a sec, how are you equal if the men are the ones that have to fight and die to defend the country? The men are the ones that build and maintain all the infrastructure. Like, none of this stuff in the studio is built or maintained by women. Do you know that like 90% of infrastructure jobs are still held by men? Mm-hmm. And that if you look at the top 20 jobs held by women now in 2024 versus 1924 are almost the exact same. So women have had 100 years to do whatever they want, and they still do the same 20 jobs they did 100 years ago. If the men are the ones tasked with every time there's a natural disaster, they have to go out and rescue people from the fires and the floodwaters, and every time there's a war, the men have to go and fight it and defend the country, and anytime there's a criminal who needs to be violently arrested, it's going to be a man who goes and does that, not a woman. Where does the equality come in?
There are three things that the modern woman want. One, they want the accountability of a child. Two, they want the power and the authority of a man. And three, they want all the benefits and the privileges of being a woman.
Get back in the kitchen.
This is how you respond to someone asking your pronouns.
So my name is Felix. My pronouns are he, they. I just wanted to check before I begin if Naomi could confirm her pronouns for me.
No, I'm not going to tell you my pronouns.
Why would you like to know Naomi's pronouns?
To show how simple it is. My name is this, my pronouns are this, you ask someone what their pronouns are, that's it. I don't personally understand why such a simple topic is being blown out of proportion.
It's not as simple as that. If you ask me to declare my pronouns, you ask me to express my assent to a belief system that I don't subscribe to. If children and adults in a school are required to go along with a change of pronoun, it's something that's capable of entrenching gender distress in a young person and making it much harder for them to go back.
You know, for people that hate being labeled, They sure love labels. His pronouns are he ate them.
Ladies and gentlemen, non-binary, binary, all colors of the fucking rainbow.
Hi! Can you tell me about your dog?
This is Honey. He is a gay, gender-fluid golden retriever Afghan hound mix.
Yes! How did you know that he was gay?
We have another dog named Charlie. He's about 7 years older than Honey, and they are completely inseparable.
Well, hi! Happy Pride! Okay, well, that's the gossip.
Why is it always the usual suspects? It's always the damn tortas!
Let me buy you a drink.
Sure. She's not interested.
I'm hoping that you could explain without using a single buzzword or a conservative talking point what CRT is.
Comes out of critical theory, which came out of the Frankfurt School, which is a belief that there are systems that exist both institutionally and systemically. We must give preference based on the melanin content of people's skin, not on actions, not on choices. Wokeism, diversity, equity, inclusion, the idea of America being systemically racist, 1619 Project, they're all outgrowths of the postmodern deconstructionist type viewpoint that started in the 1960s from Marcuse, found domicile here in America and implemented in our colleges. How'd I do?
You did use the word wokeism, which is a conservative buzzword, unfortunately. I'm going to take my seat. Thank you.
How about this? How about this? Garbage.
A liberal telling a conservative not to use buzzwords is rich. You know, never take anyone seriously who's hiding behind a mask. There's a reason why she chooses to hide her face. She's an absolute hypocrite. All she knows is buzzwords and political talking points.
Mr. President, people in India would be welcoming your decision to extradite Tahabur Rana to...
I can't understand a word he's saying.
May I? You right-wing extremists are into that gender binary, which is very oppressive.
So I'm just just really fast. I'm not a right-wing extremist. I'm actually a United States.
You have an American flag on your shirt.
I'm a United States Air Force veteran. My parents are legal immigrants from the Middle East. I don't give into the right wing. I'm not right-wing just because I don't give into that. Like, for instance,
do you believe there are two genders?
Yes, I believe there's...
then you're a right-wing extremist.
That has nothing to do with being right-wing. There's men and women, and some people have gender dysphoria.
Did you wear a mask during the pandemic?
I definitely did not wear a mask.
Well, then you are a right-wing extremist.
Oh, God, I can't,
I'm getting very uncomfortable here. I'm already, risking my life being here that you're not wearing a mask.
If the American flag means a right wing, then does that mean the left hate America? I swear, the left makes zero sense and has zero arguments.
What's your age?
I'm 30.
Are you single?
I am.
Do you think it's a red flag that you're single at 30?
Maybe to some people. I'd had a long-term relationship for a while up until a couple years ago. So I think that for some people that have a very antiquated sense of romance and modern dating, it's possible they could see it as a red flag.
So why did you end that relationship?
Because we met when I was 19 and I grew into somebody that was very different than who I was at 19 years old, and the partner that I would have chosen at 28 was much different than the person that I had chosen at 19.
And how long was this prior relationship?
8 years. It was just a matter of falling out of love and being somebody new and just wanting to explore life as an individual versus always being tied to somebody.
How do you approach dating now?
It's not going to be just anybody. It's going to be the right person because I'm extremely content being single and I have a certain level of peace that I'm not willing to sacrifice.
What's your age? Her. I identify as being 30. Bro, she has been celebrating her 30th birthday for the past 11 years. If she's 30, shit, I'm the black Elon Musk. She's 48, dressed like she's 18, so therefore she's 30. That's girl math for you. 2 + 2 is potatoes. And lucky for dude for not marrying this woman. And honestly, today, I think marriage is a huge scam. Andrew Tate?
I see these huge public weddings. It's a humiliation ritual for the man. He ends up on one knee, worshiping her, giving her a diamond he can barely afford, begging a woman he's been paying for years to stay with him. Of course she said yes, you idiot. She's living in your house. And then after that, she humiliates him publicly forever by showing how much she can control him as he stands there spending his life savings putting her in a dress and giving all her friends a great time and promising that he's going to stick by her no matter what, while she stands there as the princess going, great, I've got a husband. And the second she's unhappy, the very first second she's unhappy, what does she do? Leave. So what the are you even marrying her? You must be out your fucking mind. The marriage contract was simple. I get a virgin who obeys me, and then I'll marry her and pay her bills. That was the contract. It seems that men are still prepared to take care of a woman and pay her bills, but I can't seem to find any obedient virgins out there. So it looks like women have broken the marriage contract. Not me, not men. Women have broken it. Women are the ones who you can't trust to marry.
Gentlemen, getting married today is like buying the last ticket on the Titanic. Now, if you guys really think about it, how the richest woman in America became rich is from divorce. Gentlemen, in a marriage, you get 3 rings: the wedding ring, the engagement ring, and the best ring of all, the suffer ring. Guys, this is how a rich, successful man moves around women. Take a look from Jamar Chase.
What's up, love? How you doing? For the girls. For the girls. You signed it for the girls?
Happy wife, happy life. Sounds cute. Until you realize how one-sided that mindset actually is. You're telling me a man's entire peace depends on whether or not I feel like being nice to him today? Nah, that's not love. That's emotional manipulation dressed up as a Hallmark quote. Marriage is not about walking on eggshells around your wife. It teaches women to expect without giving and men to carry a load they were never meant to hold alone. It's happy spouse, peaceful house.
Happy wife, happy life. How about happy hubby if she don't get chubby? But all jokes aside, the world needs more women who think like this.
Ukrainian, and this is my car. I am Ukrainian, and this is my church. I am Ukrainian, and this is my bridge. I am Ukrainian, and this is my gas station. I am Ukrainian, and this is my school.
Guys, have a look at this comment. I've never seen anyone get cooked so bad on the internet. This girl says, I'm Ukrainian and don't support monetizing death and destruction of our people for an OF account.
The women out there, I want you to listen to one thing. I need you to understand this. A poor man can work hard and get rich. An educated man can get educated. A fat man can lose weight, but once a, always a. Remember that.
You're actually broke.
Here's the funny.
You got a milk dud on top of your head.
If I was actually broke, it literally would mean nothing to me.
Then what's up? Then prove
Why
it.
did you do an NFT scam on your fans for like $400?
Silliness.
Checkmate.
Silliness.
This guy's a scammer.
Job is
I
an actual
think
scammer.
I'm gonna leave, and if any girls want to live with me, I'd be happy to take you with me.
Hold on. He's rage quitting. He's rage quitting.
It's not a rage quit. It's just
quitting.
you're not on the level of me
Adam,
or
you're in the
any
line.
of
I
these
agree.
girls.
No, I agree.
I'm done, bro.
Adam.
I don't want to listen to this guy anymore, and I feel like I might do something extreme if I were to stick around.
Hold on. When I saw you downstairs, I said, "Do you want the fade?" And you said no. When I first walked in, I said, "Do you want the fade?" You said no. We could have took care of that before the show started.
Guys, calm down. Everyone criticizing Adam22 for rage quitting is overreacting. Dude looked at his watch and remembered he had to get home and watch a bunch of dudes rail his wife. So he dipped out. Bro, trying to act tough when your wife gets plowed by coons is crazy work. And bro asked the girls to leave with him, and none of them did. So embarrassing. Adam22 is literally a walking meme.
Women, they very easy to put them in categories and predict. You know, the girls who got the fucking moo cow fucking nose ring, all of them got daddy issues. All of them. The girls that got fucking the butterfly tattoos, bro, they're fun girls. They're not forever girls. Trust me.
A man who makes $100,000, $300,000 a year, that's good money. But for my specific life goals, at 24, with plenty of options and
plenty of options for what?
For dating.
And that means, man, the way you're talking is like you say you got a lot of options, but not for the kind and caliber man you're talking about. Not that kind of money.
God damn.
You may have a lot of options for dudes making, you know, average money, but not for no man talking about $300,000-$400,000 a year. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Not here in Atlanta.
Well, like I said, for my life goals, a man who makes $100,000, $300,000 a year, that's cool. That's good money. But that's not enough money for me to say, I'm stopping what I'm doing and only your cares matter. What I want to do for my family, what my goals are.
This is a single woman. This is a dead woman walking. The thing is, you're going to have to do all that because your attitude, your masculine energy is going to make sure you got to take care of yourself, because the man who has more money or what you're talking about won't even deal with you.
Any man who's making $300,000 a year would want a trophy, not a freaking turtle. It's always the usual suspects. It's always the damn tortas. Now I understand why this dude in this next clip said this.
One race you wouldn't date.
I'm not into black women.
Oh. Why is this always the answer? I need to know this right now. So you think I'm ugly?
No, that's not it. You're conventionally a very pretty girl. It's just a preference. I actually tried to kind of see a black girl for a little bit, but I just couldn't like get into it. Like, I mean, if a girl's half, it's different. But like a girl who's like fully black, for some reason, it's just...
So it's just like a preference of skin tone. So you don't like black people?
No, I love black people, but I'm just not attracted sexually to black women.
What's one race that you wouldn't date? Definitely Caucasian men.
Totally understand.
It's preference. He said nothing wrong, but I'm not gonna lie, these types of video continue to prove his point every single day.
Black men are choosing white women because black women are more combative, they're more to handle. That means that black women need to change their behavior and get on program. Why would I want to go home and deal with a woman that I have to handle?
Black women are more strong-minded. We have things that we want.
Yeah, that's not the question though. If he is doing that, right, he's doing his job, why would he then want to come home to a woman?
To a black woman.
No, listen. Why,
to a black woman.
Take
say
away,
that. Say
listen,
that.
Forget about any racist. Just think about this.
Okay.
Why would any man, let's speak about the genders, why would any man want to go home to a woman that he then has to handle and do another job? He's already out there working and doing things. Why would he want to have to come home?
Because she has a mind of her own, because she feels as though...
If you got a man that's being masculine, taking care of the bills, and protecting and providing for you, you nurture that man. You be feminine. You be submissive.
She's the example. She is proving his point exactly.
It's just my finances. Like... The budgeting, you see how I am nitpicking every little thing. I've never been like that. We were in Bloomingdale's yesterday. I'm like, we have to go to H&M.
Yeah.
Like I notice it in me now, just nitpicking. And it's not even, I just don't have it like to spend the liquid. Yeah. I'm used to having liquid. I'm used to seeing a certain amount in my account.
This just goes to show you that karma is a real thing. Her being humbled brings me so much joy, because remember when she was shitting on guys who are working an 8 to 5? Take a look.
Trying to manifest a husband. Ain't nothing wrong with a nigga with a 9 to 5. I get it. They work hard. I used to have a 9 to 5. Nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong. You work hard. You have money. I get it. I need an entrepreneur. I need somebody that understands my mindset. Somebody that has the same lifestyle. It has nothing to do with money, everything to do with lifestyle. Okay? When I'm in the bed at 3 a.m. checking emails, what you doing, babe? Working. What you doing? Working. Okay, love you. You want to hop on a flight tomorrow? I have a meeting in out of town. You want to go? You got? Okay, let's go. Okay. You understand my life. You understand what I'm going through. I want to manifest that. What do you want in a man? What do you want? Let's start.
That entrepreneurial lifestyle got her being broke. Now, ladies and gentlemen, on that note, that's it for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
Hey man, you talking all this shit, and you know what I'm saying, you want to, you think you hard, maybe I'll just knock you out and take your butt.